Hi and welcome, friends. If this is your first time here, my name is Tiffany and I'm the International Witch. I know a lot of people are setting up their new journals, but I'm in the middle of my Mellow Days journal still. This is the Rêverie series by Mellow Days, and if there's more room, I'm going to use it. There's no use in buying a brand new journal when this one is still perfectly good. Because I am still in the middle of this planner, I will not be doing a new Wiccan calendar or a new book tracker, only because the one that I have in this book is still perfect. As a matter of fact, I read 113 books this year and I still have plenty of room on my bookshelf. So I'm going to be continuing to use this through 2025. If you're new to my channel and don't have these pages, they are located on my website, free for you to use and download just by signing up for my newsletter. And now to get started. As usual, I'm going to be using my Micron 1 and my Micron 5, as well as the STA pigment liner in 0.2. When I was trying to come up with ideas for the intro, I decided I didn't want to do a theme. Like, I know every month I typically choose a theme and I stick around it, but I realized the most fun that I had last year was the introduction page, and that's because I could really just do whatever the hell I wanted to do. I wanted to have fun and just choose pretty things. So that's exactly what I did for the 2025 intro. Quote for this month is by Plato, and it's, "The beginning is the most important part of the work." And I know it's a very cliche saying, like, whenever you're lost, go back to the beginning, or the beginning is always a good place to start. But it's actually true because that's where you put your intentions and that's where you make your plans. So starting the year off with the right foot and goals in mind can really set the stage for the rest of the year. The colors for this video were inspired by Alphonse Mucha's The Dancer. I loved the pink and the red, blue, the yellow. It's just an unusual combination, but it really jumped out at me. You'll see that I'm mixing a lot of different colors together because I'm trying to get the perfect shade. I didn't want it to come off as, Mickey Mouse primary colors. I needed that really muted, almost antique look. Here's a list of all the colors that I use if you want to take a screenshot. You'll notice that I kept everything on the cool side of the colors, and that was to give it a more cohesive look. The blue that I'm using is a mixture of Payne's Gray and Phthalo Blue, but watered down. And the green that I'm using is a mixture of the Cascade Green and Olive Green. And I'm using my favorite shade of yellow, Raw Sienna. The base of my flowers are Rose Madder Permanent, Opera Pink, and a little of the Raw Sienna to lighten it up. Now this is just the base. I do plan on going on top of it with the Algerian Red to make it more of a red flower with pink highlights. Now I'm going back over my leaves with pure Cascade Green just to darken it up and give it some low lights to help give it some depth. Okay, and that's it for the cover page. Now on to my lunar calendar. Just a heads up, I purchased a cute little lunar calendar off of Etsy and I was using it as my reference. But unfortunately, when I got to the month of February, I realized that it was actually incorrect. So I have to go back and fix January. But don't worry, the copy that you will get on my website is perfectly fine. I do fix it. It's just a little frustrating. So when you purchase a lunar calendar, make sure it's accurate before you pay money. My bad. You live and you learn. And here's where I realized something is wrong because the dates just did not add up. It said the 13th, the 6th, the 29th, and then it went back to the 21st. So I was like, whoa, wait a minute, something's not right. So I switched over to my wall calendar to do the rest of my lunar calendar. So January is incorrect right now, but I do go back and fix it. Okay, just some final touches and that'll be it for the lunar calendar. And now on to the holiday page. Now, since I live in Italy and my husband works on an American base, it's important for me to know both the US government holidays as well as the Italian government holidays. But I am going to remove the Italian holidays, and if you want, you are more than welcome to put the Wiccan holidays or any other special event days that you need throughout the year in that space instead. I'm really looking forward to the point that I can monetize my videos, because right now, on average, every time I try to make a video, my computer will crash like at least 3 times. Like, I have a really good gaming computer, but I bought this computer in 2016. So in terms of technology, that was like forever ago. So this one keeps crashing, and in the middle of this video, my computer crashed and refused to turn back on. It was like an hour of me and my husband turning it off, like trying to get the power, unplugging the power cord, plugging the power cord back up. And that's when I discovered that my computer fan has a silent or loud option on it. Like, who in the world wants their computer to be loud? Like, why is that even a button? It should just always be on silent. But anyways, I cannot wait to be able to get a new computer, because nothing will give you a heart attack faster than thinking hours of your work had been destroyed. I'm so lucky that it didn't, and I do have backups, but when I don't have another computer to even open it back up to save it, oh my goodness, the heart attack. Okay, and now on to the next page. This is my reflections and manifesting page, and what I mean by that is, since this is the first spread of the new year, I want to take a moment to look back on 2024 and think about how it has been, anything I want to bring forward, anything I need to let go, just my overall thoughts of 2024 as a whole, and then what I want to see in 2025. I want to make a list and have it here so that I can reference it throughout the year and keep my goals in mind. If you're interested in getting a copy of this page or any of the other pages that I make, I have a link on my website where you can sign up for my newsletter, and inside your email you'll receive the code that opens up the Grimoire section of my website. Inside the Grimoire section, you can get copies of all of my Bujo layouts, as well as Grimoire pages, so you can print them out at home and use them as many times as you want. And I try to have a couple of things that don't have a theme on them, so you can use them throughout the year, such as habit trackers and such. All I ask is that you please don't pin any of the things that are in my password protected page into Pinterest. I love Pinterest as much as the next person, but I have had items of mine reposted elsewhere without my permission, and now I see it all over Pinterest without any kind of a credit to me. So please don't pin my password protected stuff. The rest of the blog is free for all, but just not my password protected stuff. You know what? As much as that absolutely terrified me when my computer would not turn back on and all the troubleshooting that I had to go through, now that I know that there's a silent button on my PC and I was able to push that, oh my goodness, my sound quality on my microphone is so much better. I can already hear a difference just because you don't have the fan making all that noise in the background. And while this is a great thing, it's also a little frustrating because I just purchased a brand new microphone because I thought my microphone was so crappy, when really it was a stupid button on a computer that shouldn't even be an option. People, if you build computers, listen to me. Do not put a silent or loud button on your PCs. Just make them quiet. Sorry, that's my rant. Okay, finishing off some of these low lights, and that'll be it for my reflections and manifesting page. Now onto my tarot draw for 2025. Now, this is a lot more Art Deco than I normally do. And for some people, they can't tell the difference between Art Deco and Art Nouveau, which is very confusing to me because to me it's like night and day. But Art Nouveau is somewhat like elf architecture. It's very organic, a lot of curves, very rarely are there hard straight lines. Whereas Art Deco is the exact opposite. It's like if dwarfs did architecture. It's a lot of angles, a lot of harsh cuts. And that's not even to mention the colors. Art Nouveau sticks to a more natural palette, colors found in nature, whereas Art Deco went for very bold, very vibrant colors. So when you see them next to each other, it's a night and day difference. There were a couple of different reasons for this shift in art style. And one was the opening of King Tut's tomb and the rise of Egyptian tourism. So you'll see a lot of Egyptian motifs in Art Deco art. And another reason was the rise of alternative art forms such as constructivism and cubism around this time. So a modern day equivalent would be comparing cottagecore to modern furniture. Very different styles. Sorry, I can't believe I went on an entire art history rant on you guys. But hey, you learned something. Now, all of that was just to say that because my tarot cards were very tall and obviously squares, the sides of my image needed to also be tall and somewhat square. So that's why I decided to go with a more Art Deco theme, but I still use the same colors throughout this layout. So it does tie together with the rest of it. It doesn't look too out of place, but it is a stretch from my normal artistic style. Now you'll notice that I am leaving the spaces blank, and that's because I like to do my tarot pull for the year either New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. And when I do that pull, I will either write down in each space which corresponding card I pulled, or I'll actually print out little miniature cards and glue them in. That's the only time I glue or attach anything into my journal. And now it's time for the final walkthrough. What kind of things do you like in your planner at the beginning of the year? Leave me a comment and let me know down below. If you like this video, could you give it a big thumbs up? And if you want to see more videos like this, consider hitting that subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. Love you. Bye.